for all these people here that are like, Malik Willis is a project, Malik Willis is trash and stuff like that, then be prepared for Jared Goff to be your quarterback 5 years from now.
Jared Goff will never win a Super Bowl in Detroit. Jared Goff will never win a playoff game in Detroit. He's not good enough.
My ceiling probably wasn't as big as people thought it was, and yet I'm sitting here with 4 cups. I'm just saying.
If Aiden Hutchinson played at UCLA, would we care here?
Yeah, I guess if he's the top, if you take off Michigan and whatever, would you care as much? Probably not. Not if he's not the ceiling guy, right? I think there'd be more hype on Kayvon Thibodeau, right? Again, the fact that he did play in the backyard, you sort of know what you're gonna get, and what people are sold on is the work ethic and the engine and stuff like that. What they're not sold on is the fact that he doesn't have this ceiling as some of the other guys. But in all factuality, nobody knows. My ceiling probably wasn't as big as people thought it was, and yet I'm sitting here with 4 cups. I'm just saying. Right? I'm not a first-round pick or first overall, and this is where it's more serious, but those are guys that, if you can get, here's the thing. If whoever you get at number 2 is an overachiever, you've done your job. That's it, to what you expected. So who's the one that you're going to get out, and it goes down to the game plan, right? Who's going to overachieve the best or hit their ceiling or supersede their ceiling? Joseph
Austin says, what about Willis's production? I mean, dude ran for almost 1,000 yards each of the last 2 years through almost 30 touchdowns. Those are numbers. And I wouldn't even go that route, because some people come back and say, well, that's unequal. You're programmed to go down your little checklist of things. And again, a lot of it's economic with me, which is why I'm vehemently opposed to Kyle Hamilton being picked at number 2. And you guys can laugh at that and say, the football player. This league, more than ever, and it will only continue to get more, is financially based. For the good teams anyway. It's draft capital. It's good contracts, because that's how you win. The Lions will win because Amon-Ra St. Brown will make less during his entire Lions rookie contract than who? Kenny Golladay will make in September next year.
Yeah.
Jared Goff. Speaking of Malik Willis, is he the guy to lead the Lions to success? I know Keyshawn Johnson had some things to say, and I didn't catch this, so I'm curious to see what he says. All right, so Keyshawn Johnson on Jared Goff said, surround him with great talent, give him an opportunity to succeed. We saw Matthew Stafford in Detroit. We saw him in Los Angeles. And look, you guys know where I stand on the whole Jared Goff thing. For me, the Malik Willis thing, again, is a lot to do with finances and things like that. The mix of talent or proposed talent with the financials to it, that makes it very attractive to me. Jared Goff, D-Mac, can he win? I suppose put great talent around anyone in the NFL, and you can win. It's just, where we at with him?
Here's the thing that I'm not sold on yet or whatever, because I give credit to the second half of the year when Ben Johnson, who is now our offensive coordinator, was in the ear or helping Dan Campbell call plays when they took the responsibility away from Anthony Lynn. Right now, he's your offensive coordinator. Jared Goff looked better. There's something there. To the fact, in a perfect world, yes, we've seen it. We've seen lesser quarterbacks than Jared Goff win Super Bowls, and stuff like this. Obviously, it's a team thing. The question with the quarterback or with Goff and with Will, when are the lines going to be here? When were they going to be able to put the pieces in place? In a few
that's
years,
my other thing.
And then is Jared Goff the right guy? See, I think he's a perfect buffer right now. Can you win with him with the? I'm not going to say absolutely not. You cannot, because but. When the big game, when different things, he's got himself there. And it's with the team around him. So again, it's more to the team. He needs more of the team than the team does him. Does that make sense? He's more of a piece, but he can be efficient. I don't think he's the answer here, but it's also too, I can't shut the door on it yet, because he's going to get the opportunity. and because of the why that I put in place from last year to this year, let's just see. There might be something. You don't know.
No, and that's where it is too. And I wonder too with Jared, and he's fine. Like he deals with the media in all the right ways. He answers all the questions. I think the guys in the locker room respect him. I think you have to respect him. Where he does things the right way, and that's cool. That's fine. It's just like, and there are some Malik Willis people in here. There seems to be more that are kind of anti Malik Willis. But here's the other thing with it then. Who's the quarterback in 4 years then? That's my question. Who's the quarterback in 4 years?
Right.
Who?
He's probably, well, I would say if you draft Malik Willis or a quarterback, then you could look at him being there. But I don't think Jared Goff is. I don't think we know yet. That's the whole thing with the draft capital and the salary cap.
For all these people here that are like, Malik Willis is a project, Malik Willis is trash and stuff like that, then be prepared for Jared Goff to be your quarterback 5 years from now, 4 years from now.
Oh, that's scary.
Do you see though when we start circling back?
Yeah.
Like let's get out of La La Land for a minute here, okay? Let's look at the path. D-Mac's always big on that, right? Like on the board. Look at the path.
Yeah.
What's the path?
The same people that say, "Oh, we'll get a quarterback next year," are the ones that are saying, "Oh, Jared Goff's going to be great this year." So if Jared Goff's great this year and you win 8 games, you're not going to be in a position to draft a good quarterback next year. What are you doing? It's Jared Goff will never win a Super Bowl in Detroit. Jared Goff will never win a playoff game in Detroit. Jared Goff will never win a division in Detroit. He's not good enough. If he couldn't do it with Sean McVay as that offensive mind, with that Rams offense, with that Rams defense behind him, with Todd Gurley, he's not going to do it in Detroit. Like you said, you put a great team around any NFL quarterback, they're going to be good. You shouldn't need that to be a good player. You're not a good player if you need a great team around you to have success.
So, I mean, that's what it is. So what's the pathway? What's the quarterback looking like in 4 years? Now, I will say this. If I've had one knock, and there's only been one knock on the regime, it seems to be, and I know it was explained about, freeing up some cap space and things like that with the 1 year extension that they got Goff to. I liked it initially because we can say, all right, placehold for 2 years, peace out. You get the next quarterback, you get your quarterback of the future, whatever. That's the one knock I have, and I'm worried about this, D-Mac, is we're going to see the Goff can continue to be kicked down the road.
Yeah, but it's going to be kicked until you either draft a guy. Like, to me, it's either draft a quarterback this year as a future or next year or whatever. When this team is in place, you're going to go out and do what the Rams did and get yourself your Stafford and pay $40, $50 million.
Right.
It's a fork in the road. And you know what? I reserve my opinion till the clock runs out.
Till the clock, and we are all the way back to that. Patty Grimes says Willis has done what in the NFL? Okay, well let's go micro on it then. Okay, Patty. So will Jared Goff be 6 times, or will Jared Goff be a 5 times better quarterback than Malik Willis? Because that's what the numbers say. At $30 million a year versus 6, is he a 5-time better quarterback than Malik Willis? And I'm just going macro with you. I'm going by what you said.
But if you draft him, he's not drafted to play right away. He's drafted to sit, to learn, to whatever, develop in a year, 2 years, or whatever, and then
I can play that game too. Like I can say that too.
Yeah.